everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Want to jump on real quick. We're doing something new here. We're going to try it out. We had an in-person guest. Matt Kissane is his name. I've always wanted to say that. Matt Kissane is his name. At any rate, he came in, hung out with us. We had such a blast. And one episode's just not going to be enough. So what we're going to do, give you a little introduction today, and then the rest of the week we're going to have a little bit of fun. If you're listening to Weekend Remix right now, which I know a lot of you do, you just get a whole episode of The Dickers and Matt. Matt Kissane is his name, as I like to say. At any rate, enough of me. Let's get to it. Have a great week, everybody. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello?
Hi.
No, wait.
No,
Matt's the first hello. Who fucked that up?
Who do you think?
God
You know
damn
what?
it.
Let's do this. Matt says the first hello, then we say hi, then he says hey.
Yes.
Yes.
all right.
It's a great
Let's do
idea.
that.
right,
Let's
let's
try
do
that
it.
again.
This is going to be the best episode
This
ever.
is-
Should we whiteboard this idea, or are we just gonna
Can you
go
tell
with
who
it?
the fish fan is? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey! No,
I
we're
think it
done.
works.
Yeah. That works.
No, that was fucking terrible.
This is fun. We got a live in-person guest tonight.
First time ever. How about that?
We kidnapped him.
We did.
We kidnapped him. I just told him to go to the front door.
Yeah, he came in here for directions, and we wouldn't
We need a guest.
You're never leaving.
Chicago's very own. Too.
Yeah,
One of us,
Mr.
boys.
Matt.
Thank you.
So what the hell have you been up to? What do you do? Tell the fans and the audience what you do. Obviously, I could say it. I love what you do.
Oh, so I started out in gay porn.
All right.
That's where it all
A couple of us. Yeah. So,
And
How do you think we got here?
that's where I'm at right now.
Prepare for the
get into straight
gangbang.
porn without starting in gay porn. That's how I started watching porn.
You gotta stay with what pays the bills, okay? I'm just reading my own biography.
That's what I was
here.
saying. I love that you're doing this.
I don't know. Yeah, I forgot what I've done.
So I will tell you that I watched
forgot.
one
It
of
was on
the.
Man Cow. Yeah, that was.
I watched
Cow.
one.
That's a
I
good
think.
Man.
I think the video that there was a couple videos, but the video that I really liked, you were somewhere. I think you may have been in the mall.
You might have not seen this video.
Maybe I haven't seen this. You were in the mall and you were doing the Chris Farley down by the river
In a mall.
in a mall. Because who doesn't?
somewhere out.
Yeah,
outdoors.
he's the Tiffany of Chris Farley.
He is. And I'll tell you, it wasn't in a mall. It was like it was in front of a company maybe.
Okay.
Can we
Are
keep
you a
playing?
psychic?
Yeah.
Are you a psychic? I was just thinking that. You keep guessing till you get it right. Oh my God. We got done as a psychic.
Yeah. Hold
You
on a
may,
second.
you may have
it was
booked the wrong Chris Farley impersonator.
It's a seance. If I've ever heard. Oh my God.
That's the guy in Texas.
By the way, I know a ton of Chris Farley impersonators.
There's only 3 of us.
Yeah. Well,
That's Ray.
All right. Yeah, it was Ray. God damn it. I'm going to call you Ray from now on. So, guys, we have Ray here. He's
Basement of the Alamo.
Tell me about yourself, Ray.
So here's my Farley story for you guys. This is the weird version. I never set out to be a Chris Farley impersonator. It just kind of happened. I was doing a quick impression in my stand-up comedy days in the 90s. And so you guys know Jeff Hoover? Somebody said you know Jeff Hoover?
Well, we don't know him, but I know of him.
So Jeff Hoover at WGN Morning News, he knew me from his days as a producer for Jonathan Brandmeier on The Loop.
Yep.
Because I used to call in and do goofy impersonations. I was in an impression contest on Brandmeier's show one time, and it was Brandmeier and Lou Ferrigno as the celebrity judges. And I did this stupid-ass impression, and it was... I think it was Gilbert Gottfried and Tom Brokaw in Goodfellas. And it was so stupid. It was just like, okay, Tom, what is so funny about me? You know, why are you laughing? What am I, a clown? Jeez, Gilbert, I don't know. Just the way you tell a story is funny. It was really stupid. I think I was the only one that called in. I might have been the only one in the whole contest, but I got second place somehow. I don't know how that is. So I would do shit like that on Brandmeier's show. And wow, that guy didn't like that bit.
No,
he got out of here, walked right out of here.
He threw his headphones off.
So anyway, Jeff got hired at WGN, and they were looking for wacky stuff. You know, that their whole show is pretty goofy.
Yeah.
And so he was just like, "Oh, we'll get this guy in here and have him do some stuff." And I came on there and I was wearing this green jacket, not the Matt Foley jacket, but I did Matt Foley. And so a couple years later, I was at the Salvation Army in Villa Park, and I was looking for something else. I was looking for like a safari helmet. And I walked in there, and there was the Matt Foley jacket hanging on the. I'm not kidding. It was the Matt Foley jacket, almost an exact replica of it, hanging on the men's clothing
Is
rack.
that blue? That light, light blue, baby
Checkered,
blue.
yeah.
Man. It was.
Yeah.
I looked at it, and I was just like, "You got to be really." And so it was $7, and so I bought it, and I got like so many gigs out of it. I still have it. It's all ripped up. Right
The back
now.
is ripped, right?
Yeah.
I saw,
Yeah,
is
it's
that
all
the same
ripped.
one I saw from the...
And the documentary.
Right.
And so it's just my lucky jacket, but I don't wear it anymore because it's so destroyed.
Right.
But
Did you swindle him down to $5? Because 7's kind of high.
Yeah.
You got to haggle there, right?
Yeah, you got to haggle.
I just remember thinking to myself, "Wow, look at that! There's the Matt Foley jacket." And then as years went on, I thought about it. And I was just like, maybe Chris wanted me to carry on his legacy.
Sure.
I don't know. Why did I
It
get?
found you,
Yeah.
Why
basically.
it did? I was just like, why did I get
The
that?
sun
jacket?
was shining on it through the
I'm
window.
telling you,
right?
And
Yeah,
at
like-
that point, you don't haggle. Even I know when. So there's sometimes you just don't haggle. You're so excited that you found something that's just so perfect. You're willing to pay $7 for
You
it.
have that moment?
I do.
I don't
Every
buy
once in a
that.
while. Yeah,
I don't buy that.
I don't recall exactly on what, but I feel it. I feel that I felt that before.
And I remember distinctly when I was a kid, my dad came home. I don't know if he had just seen The Godfather, but he put some tissue in his cheeks, and he did Marlon Brando as The Godfather when we were kids, and we were just dying. We thought that was the coolest thing. So yeah, my mom was theatrical. She got a degree in theater from Rosary College in River Forest.
That's awesome.
My grandmother, my dad's mom, was an opera singer. She sang professionally, and my other grandma was a gifted pianist, and so there was always music and entertainment and some type of light comedy going on when we were children growing up.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and it's funny you say that. My grandma, she used to play the organ.
No shit.
And you
Yeah.
have one hand or something?
She did. She did. She had one hand and she had nubs. And she would always, every single
monkey
time
too?
I would see her, I would only see her for Christmas, and she would always rub my back. And I was like, "Are those the nubs, Grandma? Are you rubbing me with the nubs?"
They better be.
And then she goes, "Let me play some organ." Huh. By the way, I can't play any organ. Well, maybe I can.
So that's how it got going. And then going through college, I read a book. My final semester of college, I ordered it. I don't know how I got it. I don't remember, but it was about the Second City. It was a whole big, thick book about Second City, the comedy club, and then the TV show. And one of the chapters was about the Players Workshop at the Second City in Chicago, where a lot of these actors that became legendary, luminary actors. George Wendt and Bill Murray and Shelley Long and all these guys, they went to the Players Workshop in Second City, learned how to be funny, learned how to write sketch comedy, character development, and that kind of thing. So I just thought that would be the thing to do. Finish here at Maryland, go back to Chicago, and that's pretty much what I did. I got
That's
a job
awesome.
at a little radio station, and then that was during the morning, and then I worked at a beef stand, Carm's Beef
Yeah.
in Lombard.
Oh, Carm's beef is outstanding.
Yeah, it was the best, man.
that is the
so I worked
best.
there, and then I took classes at Second City, and then I got hired to be in the children's theater at Second City, and that was cool because we were on the main stage doing the children's theater on Sundays. They used to call it Sunday, the Little Bastards Fun Day. That's what they called it.
That's
Yeah,
outstanding.
and so that was a lot of fun because you're on the main stage, man. So you'd be backstage just hanging out. And another cool thing about that is I was not a theater guy at all. I was like a radio, TV, film guy. I was over to radio stations and TV stations and stuff. So being a theater, being this whole new acting and theater thing was so cool because you'd get there and you'd go backstage and like everybody would just be chilling out in the back and getting changed, and you'd walk in there and the actresses would be running around with their shirts off. You'd just be like, holy shit, this is a cool job.
little starstruck.
Was this Matt Lauer's office? Where was this at?
Jesus. You don't get out of Matt Lauer's office.
Once you're in.
You got to get
you're
buzzed
in.
out.
There's an old saying. I don't know if it's true today, but back in those days, theater chicks are easy. I don't know if it's still relevant or not. So.
Yeah, that saying got
worth
what's
a
his
try.
name?
I don't think that's around
Yeah,
anymore.
got a
no.
lot of guys in trouble.
Yeah.
So we had Jeff Rogers on who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Jeff and I were Players Workshop together. I
How
remember.
crazy is
And
that?
so
That's a
Jeff,
small world.
here's the deal. Jeff had done a ton of theater all through grade school and high school, and he was versed in theater, and he did improv. I had never done any of this shit before. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So I remember he lasted after a couple of sessions. He and a couple of other people, they were like really good, gifted professors. Jeff was at Players Workshop on scholarship. He was really good.
Right on.
So I just remember him looking at me like, and the other people that didn't know what they were doing, they'd be rolling their eyes like, yeah, Jeff is.
He's a good dude. He is.
He's a very funny
he
guy.
really was.
He is. He's very funny.
guy.
So let's talk about stand-up comedy, and let's talk about the first time you bombed and how difficult was that?
That's great.
How do you ask somebody that?
Tell us
Well,
the
you always
joke.
got to go because you always remember the first time you bombed.
The first time I bombed was the first time I ever went up. It was at
Really?
It was on First Comedy Club in Elmhurst, Illinois. It was 1989.
No shit.
And I had practiced,
Good club.
and practiced, and I would do it. I worked at this little radio station in Elmhurst. It was like a 500-watt radio station. So during the day, there was nothing going on there. I would just introduce TV or radio shows, and then they would play for like an hour. So I would just like practice over and over again my little 5-minute set. And so when I got the balls enough to go up and do it at the open mic, and who was on first, I got up there, and I was just terrified, man. And I did a Springsteen bit, and it sucked so bad.
If my family was there. That's why. That's why. It would have been great if anybody else was there.
That's why you hate Springsteen
It
to this
sucked
day.
so bad.
To this day.
And I was so nervous, and then I stopped. I was like so humiliated. I stopped after like 6 months. I went back and tried it again at another club, and I got a little bit better. But no, it's really tough, man. Stand-up's rough.
Yeah.
Dude, stand-up's no joke.
The way that I started doing Chris Farley was that I used to go see Chris when he was at Second City, and I was taking classes there. And one night after the actual show, back in those days anyway, they would do the actual show, right? And then they would say, if you guys want to stick around, we're going to work on new skits for our upcoming review. And I stuck around that night. I was just lucky enough. And they did the whole Matt Foley skit in its entirety in front of me and about 30 other people. There was nobody in the place. It was like midnight on a Wednesday. It was fucking freezing cold out, Right. And
Chicago.
yeah. So and then I just, kind of got to know Chris a little bit. We would hang out at the Old Town Ale House and go out and get beers. And he was always real friendly to me when I was a kid back in my 20s, and just always real nice guy. But
Did he ever give you cocaine or heroin at all? Did you guys?
Number one question.
Yeah, all the time.
Okay, good.
yeah.
Good.
We were always
Pass it along.
doing 8 balls together. Man.
Yeah.
No, never. No, I never saw him do any drugs. I swear to God. We had a beer once at Old Town Ale House. That was about the most I ever saw him do as far as that type of stuff goes.
Nice.
But yeah, I just started doing a little bit of Chris in my stand-up act, like in the 90s. I was still relatively skinnier, and Chris had just passed away, and I was, everybody was sad about it. And I was doing a lot of stand-up throughout the Midwest, Chicago and Wisconsin, so they all loved him. And I'd be like, "Who wants to see some Farley?" And everybody would go crazy and cheer and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, what do you guys want me to do? But yeah, let's go ahead. Shout out some favorite Chris Farley.
Of course, Van by the River.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got to do Van by the River.
He's been down in the basement for the last 4 hours drinking coffee. His name's Matt Foley.
How's everybody doing? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Matt Foley, and I am a motivational speaker. Now, before I get going with my speech, go for it. I want to give everybody here a little bit of a scenario of what my life's all about. First off, I am 35 years old. I'm thrice divorced, and for the past 6 months, I have been living in a van down by the river. Now, I know a lot of you guys are looking at old Matt, you're thinking to yourself, "Hey, man, we need to get back on the right track, all right?" Okay, good. Now, I understand some of you guys consider yourselves writers. Isn't that right? Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Well, we've actually been encouraging him to
his
write.
writing.
Well, laddie frickin' da! Hey, I can't see real good. That milkshake there over there, I can't see too good. From what I understand, you've been using your papers not for writing, but for rolling doobies. You're gonna have plenty of time for doobie rolling when you're living in a van down by the river. All right, let me tell you something. You guys better get out there and start doing better, all right? Or else you're not going to amount to jack squat. You're gonna wind up eating a steady diet of government cheese and living in a van down by the river. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me?
That I gotta tell you, it was exactly. Honestly, I knew it was gonna be fucking amazing.
Amazing.
Spot on.
Absolutely
Fucking good.
fucking amazing. I feel like I was fucking watching Farley right there.
Yeah, it was a bad night for the Matster.
Do you go around calling yourself the Matster? Because I like
Never.
that.
I never did. I never did. I never did.
That's a one and only.
Person.
I was in college, so yeah, I was the Matster in college. No, I never was the Matster.
You're the master now. Guess what? You're the motherfucking master now.
You are now.
You are the Matster. That
You
shit's
have
not leaving.
graduated.
So you have been in Illinois your whole life.
Well, we spent 3 years in Wisconsin and then 5 years on the East Coast. It was in Jersey and Maryland. So then
Where in
everything
Jersey?
else, Morris County.
No shit. We used to fuck them up in basketball all the time. Morris County was terrible.
We played. I moved there right after I graduated from Montini. I went to Montini Catholic, and then we moved the summer after that to Jersey for my dad's job. And we lived in this little town called Randolph, New Jersey.
Yeah.
I went to CCM, County College of Morris,
Yeah.
for 2 years. 10 years after I was there, Chelsea Handler went. I don't know if anybody cares.
Yeah.
Big fan of
Love
Chelsea.
Channel.
Yeah.
She's been missing in action a little bit, but
She
big
has.
fan.
I think she got assassinated. Did you know that? God damn it! Now you guys made me fucking forget what I was going to say.
Is this
About
a mall
Jersey? About
question?
Jersey?
It's a
Nobody
mall
looked at you.
question.
About the mall in Jersey.
No, I want to hear about
Over.
Second City actually, because he was
Class
he
of
studied in
93?
Second City.
I was class of 83 from high school.
Okay.
You were
From Montini, yeah.
A decade.
that close. Not 83. I was 93.
You were 93?
Yeah. Montini.
What high school?
Mr. 93.
I can't tell you that, but
Was
I
it in Jersey, right?
All
Yeah,
pro
yeah.
93.
Montville?
No, Ramapo.
wait a minute, you think-
Ramapo High School?
Ramapo. Oh, yeah. You guys played us in football. I didn't play football there because I was on my brother did.
Yeah,
My brother did.
I
I
probably,
never knew this.
Yeah, I probably fucked
What a
him up.
name, Rampapo.
They're
No.
cool. Are you a Sopranos fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So isn't it cool watching the Sopranos and they talk about Parsippany and Dover and all these towns?
You know what? I think what's even cooler is the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Yeah, I love
Because
that
I
show.
really feel like I'm there.
You like that one?
Yeah, it's great
Yeah.
because it's right in Franklin Lakes. Franklin Lakes was right down the street from me.
Nice.
I used to go and dip my toe in Franklin Lakes. You know what? If you know what I mean, Matster.
Did you ever go to Lake Apatcong?
No, now that's racist. I think. I don't know. Honestly, I mean, now you're making up shit just
Did
to
you
cover
say
it.
Lake Pacabong? Because I think I've been there.
Like Pacabong.
Yeah, we've been there.
It's in Wisconsin. It's not New Jersey.
All right, let's talk about other things besides Jersey lakes.
Yeah.
Pacabong.
Smart.
How did you wind up in the Midwest? Let me interview you for a few seconds. How did you wind up out
My
here?
God, this is.
Love this.
This is
I like
fantastic.
this. You never get this.
I'm on my,
See what
actually
I
my
did
seat
there?
too.
I
I wanna
turned
know.
the
You
page.
did.
Pandora's box
You
is
turned
open.
You turned it.
How long have you been in the Midwest?
So great question. Thank you.
Wait a minute,
So,
you were on the
Well,
way
I
to
love that.
Hawaii,
The
and
response.
there was a technical failure on the plane
Yeah.
at the land.
Yeah.
You never
And I
left.
got stuck in Jersey. Yeah. Pretty close.
Tell me.
So what happened was
You were born to run.
So I lived in the whole US of A. I've actually been in every single state. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful country. If you guys haven't been in through all the states,
Okay.
please do. Jersey, honestly, was kind of a shithole. But
Parts of it were nice though.
parts of it were so nice. You would see the colors of the trees.
Yeah.
And what happened is I met Helen.
Northern.
I used to work with her. And what happened is she came down for some IT support.
Oh.
And I think
AV guy?
honestly she was lying. She goes, "Hey, my hard drive." It's not working. So I said, you need some USB? You need my USB stick? And she goes, I like that. Will you move back to Chicago with me?
You guys met in Jersey? Or
We met
somewhere?
in Jersey. She
I
came
thought it
to
was more of a
Jersey.
flop-
What was she doing out there?
She was the CEO of the company, had them and 3 girls come out. And the CEO literally came down to me. It was a smaller company. He came down to me and he said, Don, I need you to go show these 3 girls a good time out in New York City.
Wait a minute. 3 girls just show up and you just get to pick one?
That's what I get to do.
I love this. It's
like the goddamn-
That's the guy I want to work for. This I get 3 girls
Wait a
coming.
second here. His first choice was
Oh my
IT.
God, I love
Yeah,
this.
it was like, you know what? It was like, it's The Bachelor.
Yeah.
That seems like more like the sales reps or
Maybe,
not
Wall
the
Street-
IT
Wall
guys.
Street
Go get the IT guy.
I don't want to say
Springsteen
anything.
fan?
The
Yes,
sales reps were a bunch of assholes.
Okay, all right.
So we went, he rented a limo. We all went down. I took him to Webster Hall. We went to Rockefeller Center. And,
Wait a minute, all 3 of them? Or
yeah, I
was
took them all 3.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
was it like one of those blind date shows where they're behind a screen?
Yeah,
you
the
ask
whole
them
time.
questions?
The whole time
All
they're
3 of
behind the
them?
screen. Yeah. I was with the driver and in the
You
limo.
were like, they were in different cars and you're commuting
Yeah, with
via
CB.
CB.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
CB. You see where this is going.
we get
Springsteen
it.
fan? Bruce fan?
I'm going to tell you, you're really starting to pick a scab right now.
Yeah.
Not a Bruce fan.
Not
No,
a Bruce.
Bruce
not a Bruce fan?
Springsteen is the worst. And honestly,
Yeah.
I want to tell you this, Mattster. He shouldn't even be part of Jersey at all. That's why Jersey's a shithole. It's not because the place is beautiful. It's goddamn Bruce Springsteen. I will tell you this, though. If I was going to give you one song that I would slow dance to, On Fire. What do you think? And then Born in the USA. A big slow dancer to Born in the USA. I don't know if you guys have ever tried that. Have you ever tried that?
No, I've never tried that.
No, wait a minute.
My wife and I,
doable.
first dance, I think we did that.
That's it's Sadie Hawkins. Yeah.
The wedding first dance?
Where do you stand on Bon Jovi? Because that's the other
Right.
Bruce Springsteen of New Jersey, right?
Let me tell you a little story about Bon Jovi.
Tell me.
Absolutely love them.
Yeah.
Their New Jersey album and their Slippery When Wet.
Yeah.
2 of the best albums I think I've ever heard in my life.
There we go.
Yeah.
They are
Now you're talking.
you know what? That's John Bon Jovi.
Redeeming
he
yourself
would be
here.
Edit that out, right?
he would
Cut it.
he would play on a
Mark.
Ferris wheel down at Seaside Heights. That's where I would go see him. And it's going
be on
around.
it? He's
Yes,
on
it's
it?
going around and he'd be playing and singing. And you'd have
That's why you
John
have to listen to him every 30 seconds. He's
Yeah.
come around. You're like, all right, we got a little break. We don't have to hear him anymore.
I'm not hearing anything from Matster though. Where are you? Where's Matster on
T-Rex.
Bon
Stop,
Jovi?
stop the Matster stuff. I don't know. Please stop. I've never called myself that out.
Listen, we're calling
Moving
you
forward,
Matster.
you
it's
are a
over
master.
now.
Oh, no. I was going to just, the late, great Harry Carey, once in a while they would have him introduce new products during the Cubs games, and he would have to do a live read. So I came up with a couple of new products that Harry probably shouldn't have done during a live thing. So, all right, here we go. All right, it's time for another product endorsement. This inning's sponsored by Magnum Condoms by Trojan. Say there, fellas, do you have a giant dong? Well, the next time you're at Osco, make sure you pick up some Magnum Condoms by Trojan for the guy with the giant dong. Now let's get back to the game.
Did you do this Super Bowl dance with Hoover?
Yeah, well, they've done a lot of those. I did the original one.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I did the original one.
Nice, yeah.
But
I thought that too.
after I left the show, they hired a new guy that sort of looked like me a little bit. And we were both.
Is he playing the George Wendt character?
I was on the Matadors for the Bulls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the guy that they hired, I think they. I quit the Matadors after one season. Then they got this guy Vince was on the Matadors, and they got him to do the other Bears guy, the fat Bears guy. They needed a fat guy because Hoover and Toomey were really skinny Bears guys.
Yeah, you need a fat guy.
They needed a fat guy. Yeah.
So that never made air because I don't think the Bears ever made the Super Bowl.
Oh,
the fuck
shut
up.
the-
Shut the fuck up. Packer.
We did one when we did one when the Bulls were in the Bears were in the Super Bowl in 2007.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We did it for that, but they had not
that go?
they had not played yet. They had not played.
I
Didn't
saw
go.
Rogers' golf game. It went,
Didn't
it went better than that.
He won. He won.
Did he win?
He didn't win.
Here's some trivia for you guys. I grew up in Lombard, and so I went to Montini Catholic and all that shit. So I found out back in the 60s when Ditka and Butkus were rookies, when they first got signed, they both bought houses in Lombard. And they would go over to Glenbard East High School on the football field and play with the little kids in the neighborhood.
Really?
Get out of here.
No way.
It's a cool story.
Would they make them snow cones?
What kind of plane are we talking about?
Get the fuck out of here.
Just a little Bears history for you.
Yeah.
No good stories. I don't know.
That's good to hear because there's not a lot of Bears history to be had.
I think it goes to that Tosh.0 guy. He said that if you think that the money doesn't buy happiness, you've never seen somebody not smile on a jet ski.
That's true.
I think that's his thing. I mean, you go find somebody who's not smiling on a jet ski, and
That is true.
Scooter, what do you got to say about
If you're
that?
looking for the
it's-
best in vibrators and dildos,
Harry's back.
come on out to Plainfield and visit the, what was it called?
Front Street.
What is it?
The Emporium.
No, the one on 30.
The
Dirty
Adult
The dirty
Emporium.
30.
Dirty 30.
is what we call it.
Dirty 30.
The Adult Emporium, open 23 hours, closed for cleaning for one.
You know what's
don't think
funny
we have place.
is literally right next door. They had this such a nice place. I would take my car to get service there. They
That place?
yeah, they did that.
Caught a
They
fire.
did the best oil changes.
They
I
had
mean,
the best
it was a nice auto.
Oh my God.
nice
that
auto place.
You get murdered there.
Bad,
Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you, you're completely wrong.
No.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I come by there.
Gus?
The other day. Yeah. I talked to Gus.
Gus?
He's the head mechanic
faulty,
over there.
they had a faulty propane tank.
And so what happened is they told me they were trying to burn down the Dirty 30, and they accidentally burned
Burned down their own shop.
Yeah, they burned. It was them. Then it was Gus. Gus isn't very
hell
good
you
with
want
the
me-
old
yeah.
Molotov cocktails.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Oh,
it
yeah.
slipped out of his hand,
Yep.
burned the whole goddamn place down.
That's a sad
Okay.
story.
Here's
What
you know
was
what's
that?
sad
What's that
about
old joke? There's an old joke. I went to the oil change place the other day. They checked my chassis. They lubed me up. Next time, I'm going to bring my car. I met a lady right before Valentine's Day a couple years ago, and I was in a relationship, and I wanted to take the new girl out, and I still had a relationship going on with the other one. I was just like, she came and picked me up, and we were like, she wanted to go eat in the town that we were in. I was like, let's go a few towns over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't want her to
here.
come in and then she throws pasta. She throws the spaghetti on you. She gets all upset. You don't
we
need
went
that.
Chinese that night. We went
Yeah,
Chinese.
smart
It would have
move.
been,
Yeah.
been rice.
Yeah,
It would have been
it would have been
rice.
a
Lot
Chinese
easier.
star.
Yeah.
Did you? So speaking of that, dating wise, is there an app that you use? Do you go out and hit the bars?
What
I
do you
mean,
do
how do you do?
You know,
that?
the weird thing about it is I did sign up for a few of those dating apps, and I noticed that there were a few possibly fraudulent profiles on
Uh-huh.
on there. They had
call that
plenty of fish and match. I was on one of the profiles looking at this lady, really attractive lady, and it said her occupation was a psychiatrist, and right underneath it said education, some college.
Some college, you know.
Some college.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure you need more than a 2-year
Yeah.
degree to become a doctor these days.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but yeah.
You're a good detective. Did you know that the best
Thank
place
you.
for you to go? I'm going to tell you right now.
Yes.
People don't know this. Farmers only.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
.com.
Yeah.
You can really.
You got to get the .com.
You gotta get the
otherwise
.com because
it's
some
weird.
people, if
Doesn't go
you
anywhere.
go to farmersonly.net, it's a whole goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
Why don't
Is
you
that a
just
There's a
sponsor
lot of
now?
animal fucking
There is.
going on.
Yeah. You want some bestiality? That's .net.
I was just going to say, forget the farmer. Why not just go straight to incest.com? Just have sex with your family. That would be
well,
a lot. If you're going to date
easier.
a farmer.
That's farmersonly.org. So that's a whole,
That's a government-funded program.
They're watching you. Chris Wallace. He's got you on .org.
Oh my god.
What you doing there?
He just comes out.
Jumping on the bushes.
You fucking your sister? We got you on .org. So I go to the dispensary, all right, and I bought all this different stuff today. Got a lot of good
coming over tomorrow.
gummies. Somebody was saying that I got this. It's more like it's called snooze. It was like a snoozeberry. So you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like Choco Berry. You know, like we're talking about cereal. It reminded me of the old.
I thought you were going to say Snozberry.
So snoozeberry. So I was like, oh, this, and people's reviews were like, oh, this is better than melatonin. You feel great. So I'm going to try that later
Melatonin
tonight.
for adults.
Yeah, so I'm going to try that
Did you
tonight.
bring someone for everyone?
I did not. But I got
They're not
some vape cartridges.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
The live
so
oil?
I thought I got the wrong cartridge. So I had to go down to Smoke Vapors down the street to go find myself a
battery.
Battery.
Yeah, like a
Battery
pen or a
thing?
battery or whatever it is,
Damn
right?
I would make my own pen.
Oh,
If I get
Jesus.
the wrong
Some
fucking
wires
cartridge,
and a
I
9-volt
fucking wire that
battery?
shit up.
Yeah.
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 I go
The
in the
9-volt
garage.
out.
To his
I
surround
start going to the
speakers.
toolbox. and I go,
Sparking.
Yeah, I'm not driving all the way back for a new cartridge. I make my own pen.
No, I didn't drive back. I went right on down to Smoking Vapors.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought you were going
Right next to the burrito joint.
two
Here's what I
towns
have.
over.
No.
Hook me up.
Go right on down to Smoking
Not
Vapors.
for that.
These guys
Smoking
are
Vapors.
fantastic.
yeah. So now
I-
he's got all the
Customer service is
tobacco vape
outstanding.
now.
Worst place I've ever been to.
Smoke
Smoking
Vapors?
Yep.
Smoking Vapors is fantastic.
Big problem with that guy.
Bill?
He
Bill at
knows
Smoking
everybody.
Vapors?
That's
This
Jerry.
fucking guy? No, not Jerry. Jerry's over at the Julasco. He's doing the propane.
No, I thought he moonlights.
Oh, he moved. No, he quit, and he went over to
That's where he's
smoke.
been. Everyone's been looking for him.
Smoking Vapors.
He still has the keys.
He's
he
over at
left.
Smoking
Everyone's
Vapors.
looking for him.
So I bring in, I've never seen a cartridge like this. So I try to put it in the pen that I have. Goddamn thing doesn't work. I'm already now
That's
upset.
dangerous.
You got a
I'm
PAX-
upset. I need
PAX
my,
cartridge.
and it was Maui Wowie. I need my Maui Wowie at this point. So I'm going all over the place trying to put in cartridges. I'm looking everywhere.
Kids
Nothing's
are
working.
12 hours late for their baseball game.
Yeah,
Kids are in
That's all I
the
wanna do.
Back seat. Yeah.
Kids are in the car.
Yeah.
Listening to Kenny Rogers. I'm getting a new vape pen.
On repeat. No, I get there, they're singing. So I go down to Smoking Vapes with the kids because they're in the car already. So I bring
Why
them
not?
down with me.
Yeah.
Bring the cartridge
Why
in.
not?
And he goes, oh, one of these? These are a magnetic cartridge. You need the old Ice Cozy Pro. So I said,
Ice Cussy
yeah.
Pro?
And he goes, by the way, it's the only one we
$45.
got. And I'm like, holy shit, this is going to cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he pops it in. He's like, okay, test it. And he doesn't know that it's THC. And I'm like, oh shit. So I pull it. I'm like, oh my God, Maui Wowie fucking hit me like a motherfucker. And I'll tell you, it was fantastic. And that was smart because I think he knew it was THC.
Yeah.
So I take the hit and he goes, all right, that'll be $35. I said, all right, fuck it. I'm already feeling good.
I'm going to now do my famous Tom Brokaw impersonation for you. I already did one, I think, right? I did it before.
No, we didn't hear. I didn't hear.
Weird Harry.
Yeah.
So, no, I did it actually before. I did the Gilbert Gottfried talking to
Yeah.
Tom Brokaw.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but Tom is retired from NBC. He was there for 50 years. He moved back to South Dakota, and he is now just to flex the pipes once in a while. He goes on Sunday nights. He calls bingo at the local VFW. True story. They stream it. They stream it on YouTube. There's only a few followers.
way.
Yeah, you can tune it in. It's like, all right, our next ball, B6. B is in Beirut. 6. All right, up next, N32. N as in Nicaragua. 32. All right. Next number, G47. G is in Galooly. As in Jeff Galooly. 47. So yeah, the funny thing about it is during the Nancy Kerrigan thing and the Tanya Harding thing.
I just watched I, Tonya the other day.
Yes.
Great movie.
So Tom, I don't know if you know this or not, but Tom's got a real problem pronouncing his L's and his R's. So like, throughout that whole thing, it was just like, coming up on NBC Nightly News, a new revelation about Jeff Galooly. Stick around. I can just see him like after a couple weeks of this going into the writing room. Is there any way we could just say Tanya Harding's boyfriend? You bastards.
This is fantastic. Hey, Matt, go ahead. Please plug everything again, just so we can have it on here.
So just go on Google. I got so many websites. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Vimeo, Facebook, all those platforms. Matt Cassane. Just Matt Cassane, comedy, Chicago comedian, actor, that whole thing.
And I'm going to tell you, everybody, this is not going to be the last time that you've heard him on Fiddly Dicking. He is going to be. I'm going to tell you right now, you're coming back. So hopefully,
Thank you, man.
We'll find. If you don't come back, we will go to your house.
find you, right?
All right, just say, have you seen this thing? This thing moves. It's got casters on it.
Very nice.
All right, we're going to get you. So, dude, this was absolutely fantastic. You have put a smile on my face,
I
and
think we
that's hard
should
to do.
let's
I
give
don't
him a round
laugh.
of
I don't laugh.
applause.
Can we give him a round? First
was a
live
treat,
guest.
for sure.
First applause.
First applause.
This is the
First live guest. This guy, I mean, Matt is fantastic.
Appreciate that, man.
Please,
Yeah.
everybody go check him out. He is absolutely hilarious. He does great stuff. And I'm going to hire you for my kid's 12th birthday. So,
And I'll be there because I have no pride.
Smashing your coffee table.
Love it. Love it.
Vagisil.
kids are never too young to learn.